this video, really talk about my story, my journey, and how I became the king of influencer marketing. This is basically going to be kind of like very authentic, raw. If you don't care about finding out about me or learning more about me, then this video is just not for you. You should just click out. It was really just going to be like me and like authentic and like who I am. This is, I feel like, the best starting point of this story. And when I was basically maybe like 14, 15 years old, I decided I wanted to be a YouTuber. And I started up this channel, and there's actually only 2 videos on it because I've deleted all of the other ones, or not deleted them, but I made them private because they're embarrassing. But I mean, I guess I did about 78 videos, and it taught me a lot about editing. This is my first video. Oh God, 2014. So yeah, I was probably like 15. Taught me about editing. It taught me about shooting. I bought my first camera because I wanted to be a YouTuber. I dedicated like 2 fairly consistent posting schedule. And it really just like brought me into this space, like content. This was like my most popular video, 6K views. And I kind of documented like my high school journey. I'm 22 now, so like it brought me into this space, and it kind of like showed me the potential that there is in the online space. And like nowadays it's just even more apparent. But like back then it was like YouTuber is a dream job, and I think like now it still is, but more so it's brought into like just content creator. So that's how I started. I kind of like went from like doing like daily vlogs to doing like higher production type of video. I basically like felt like I was leaving stuff on the table in terms of like my creative ability making videos. And I was like, okay, like I want to go all in on doing like video production at like a higher level. And this was at the time where like Casey Neistat was like really popping on YouTube. Like there was Jay Alvarez, like lifestyle fucking extraordinaire. And I was like, okay, like this is like where video content is going now, to like more like this high quality stuff. And it's funny because now I feel like it's kind of going back to being more authentic, but either way. So I ended up doing this video, this lifestyle video. It was really fun to do. It was a challenge to do, but like I was super happy with the result. And I posted it on Instagram, and I guess a good amount of my friends saw it. And I got 290 views, which I thought was like pretty solid for just like, I don't know, a video that I felt pretty satisfied with. Because of this video, I ended up getting my first ever client, which was a clothing brand. I ended up doing a lifestyle video for them, and a video that they were just gonna like post on Instagram. Who knows what they did with that. That's when I realized like, yo, okay, I just got paid to shoot a video, and like I'm going to college to learn how to get a job in video production or something along those lines. I'm just gonna finesse it. Like I'm just gonna finesse the system. I'm just gonna do more of what was working, which is like posting on Instagram, posting my work on Instagram, promoting on Instagram and all of my socials. And then people are gonna come to me and I'm gonna sell them a video. And I executed on that. And I dropped out of college. My mom was not happy. I kind of was like, I'm going to do this full time. That's really where shit got serious. This was maybe 2018, I would say. I was like, all right, I'm going to try to get clients. It was not as easy as I thought it would be. It was a challenge. Like I figured more people would kind of come to me, or I don't even know what I thought, but I think I was just kind of like running around with like a chicken with his head cut off, just like trying to figure it out like most people do. I was struggling to make consistent income. and I ended up having to get a job. When I first went off to do video production full time, I was already working a job at a juice bar, and I ended up quitting that, leaving college, basically putting myself like back against the wall, like I have to make this work. And I ended up kind of just like slacking off most of the time, or like doing things that I thought were going to move the needle forward, but they obviously did. I mean, they moved the needle forward a little bit because I'm here now, but you know what I mean? After like maybe like 6 to 12 months, I had to get another job. I got a job as a pool boy, and I basically used it to just get money, obviously. All right, I'm just gonna get money, and then I'm just gonna invest this money back into something, back into my business, or I'm gonna buy a house or something. Like I'm just gonna figure something out to like make this work. I ended up being at that job for a month, and all of the money that I made, I just bought like my dream lens, which was just a dream camera lens. It was a 16 to 35, and I thought like, okay, I bought this lens. Now I'm actually balling. Like now I'm actually like gonna make this shit work. It motivated me to shoot more, but really like the gear that you buy is not in direct correlation to the money that you make. What really was the turning point was I had my first photographer mentor, and she really taught me how to actually get clients through Instagram. And at the time, it was just DMing and messaging people and like doing like a simple script to like get work, like do work for these influencers on Instagram, and then sell them on a like media package or like videos for the month, you know? And that was like an eye opener. I was like, yo, like how have I never thought of this? Like how have I never thought to just use my Instagram to send messages to people and like do work for them here and, you know, build a relationship and then just ask them for their money. Ask them for their money for a service. I started to post more like quality work, or at least like client work, so it looked like I was doing stuff. And I was just posting, I was just like reaching out to people, I was heading out to a shoot, you know, once or twice a week. I was making connections, I was talking to influencers. Like things started to kind of really like get momentum, but they weren't really being consistent. They weren't really like getting me anywhere near the amount of like a regular job. Like I could just get a minimum wage job and probably make about the same or probably significantly more. I might have been making like 500 to like maybe 1,000 a month doing like photos and videos for people, and that's obviously not enough. I could have just worked a 9 to 5 and made a lot more, but I really just loved the idea of owning my time, and I thought that was the most valuable. I thought that was the most valuable thing of like I can do whatever I want today, you know, with the exception of like it costing a certain amount of money. You know, I really valued my time. At the time, I also was in a relationship, and that relationship was hard. It it was really hard. I think really looking back at it now, it was a lot from like the insecurity that I felt not being able to figure it out, not being able to like fulfill my purpose. And over time, it just got worse. I still wasn't really like making consistent income with the photography and the videography. And then 2020, or when did, I'm not sure if YouTube still like censors videos if you bring up what happened, but you know what happened during that time, and everyone was on house arrest, right? That was a very transformational experience for me because I ended up really ending that relationship with my ex, and I couldn't go anywhere. So I was just in my room to myself and just in my thoughts. And I really took on like meditation at that point. I ended up actually making my business Fear Average Media an LLC. Really, I was like, I'm going to make this a media company. Like, I'm not gonna like be a photographer or a videographer. Like, I'm going to be the founder of a media company, and we're gonna get work that actually like pays for things and like allows us to make a team. Like that was really the goal. And meditation, personal development, overcoming all of like the trauma and like pain of like the relationships that I had, like that was just my main thing. And that lockdown was transformational for me because of that. I don't know what it was. I mean, call it law of attraction, call it manifestation, call it whatever you wish. But opportunity just came to me. Like, I didn't have to try, I didn't have to, I was just myself. I was just being myself. I was still posting on socials and kind of like showing who I was, and editing videos for friends that like I would still kind of visit, make videos, edit those videos, show what I was doing, still be in the mix. And I remember it was because, I mean, I'm big on manifestation and meditation, not in like the cheesy spiritual way, but in the simple sense that I remember watching a video that talked about the CIA documents, which if you've never heard of them, look up like the manifestation CIA documents, or FBI, I forget what it was, one of those. And I remember just watching that video and stumbling across that document and basically talking about how you can manifest your specific life if you just basically close your eyes and listen to like a certain frequency and like really just like visualize like what you want, like where you want to go. That was like the first time I ever really like did that. Like I daydreamed before, and like I thought that's what it was, but it was more intentful. In my mind, like personally, like I owe it to that, or I feel like that was a big stepping stone. But to say that like closing my eyes and dreaming was like the reason why that I'm at where I'm at now is, I'm sure, like really ridiculous to hear. But if you know, you know. So if you don't know, I put you on. Close my eyes. I was like, I just want to make $2K a month. Like I want to make $2,000 a month profit, and I'm gonna be set. Like I'm gonna be balling. I'm gonna be balling, and like not even like balling, but like seriously, like I just was like, okay, like I'm gonna be able to like be stable, and like I'm gonna be able to do everything that I kind of want to do, and like I'm gonna be straight. I close my eyes. I visualize that. I visualize like what I would do, what I would be doing, who I would be with. I mean, I look back and I can't remember the amount of days that passed after that, but I remember I did that a couple times. First thing in the morning, wake up early, and I did that. I had one of my really good friends now, but was a stranger back then, Gio. Gio ended up reaching out to me and asking me if I wanted to work for him. And for those of you that don't know Gio, Gio basically owns a marketing agency. At the time, I knew what they were, but I don't know. I didn't ever think that like someone in my city, and like I live in Miami, and I didn't think that someone in my city would be a marketer or a marketing agency owner. I thought it was super like new tech, like had to be like, digital nomad, like somewhere like around the world, like not here in my city, right? Anyways, he just DM'd me one day, and he was like, "Hey, you want to shoot some photos for me?" And I was like, "Who is this guy? Like who is this dude?" Yeah, I mean, like, sure, I'm gonna shoot some photos, and I'm gonna ask for some money, and you know what? I even thought to myself, like, I'm gonna hook this guy up, like have a good feeling about him. Looks like he kind of knows what he's doing. He's doing this marketing for these dentists, and like, I'm not gonna like charge a lot of money. I'm just gonna do it just to do it. I ended up calling him, kind of pitched him a little bit, really like simple pitch. Like it was kind of a no-brainer, really. Like I think I just charged him like $60, $70, to just basically kick it with him and like take some photos. And fast forward, we ended up meeting, and we just like vibe, like we just connected, and like we really like kind of understood each other. I was fairly experienced with like making content, so I was able to kind of do everything that he wanted and everything he was kind of looking for. So it was like, yo, like this is lit. I remember we're driving and he's kind of explaining everything that he's looking for in terms of like a personal content creator. And I was like thinking to myself, like as we were just like driving down Miami and like bumping music, I was like, dude, this is like, how is this happening right now? Like, this is exactly what I was thinking about. Like, this is exactly what I was thinking about doing. Like, just finding someone that like believes in me enough to like pay me money on like a monthly retainer basis, and like just do what I love doing, which is like creating content, like photos and videos. And like, I know how to do it because I've done it for myself. I've made a YouTube channel. I've posted every single day on Instagram, whether it be like a post or social media or a story or whatever. And like, I can do this. Like, I can 100% do this. He was like, yo, like, be my personal photographer, videographer. I was like, let's do it. Like, let's just do it. Like, let's just do it. And he paid me right then and there. And I ended up going on a trip. So we couldn't start right away. But either way, when I came back from my trip, we just got straight to work. And he just kind of like exposed me to like everything, social media, digital agency, like online space, like internet money, like that I just did like a whole nother world that like I felt in my somehow like I knew of this, but I didn't think it was at this scale. That's why ever since that day, like I'm big on like, if you can believe it in your mind, it can happen in the physical world. Like you can't tell me that like I didn't just like attract it. Like you can't tell me I did it. And I think you can 100% attract whatever success, whatever life you're looking for with something as simple as a thought. And that was really like mind blown. Like my life changed ever since then. And I ended up going on so many trips around the world: Colombia, Costa Rica, Mexico, like getting flown out, doing videos for other agencies. I met my other good friends, Jared and Matt, through kind of like that sphere, and all these crazy mentors like Joel and Sergio, and like the knowledge that they were spitting, and like, you know, the people that they mentored who are now making even more money, like Ravi or Alex Hermosi. And it's like this whole like web, just from like that one thought with that one connection, just, you know what I mean? I ended up committing to doing video production for marketing agencies. And since then, I've dabbled in, you know, like lifestyle stuff, or just shooting video ads, or like just doing like personal branding stuff, or like managing like socials. And, you know, I've tried all of these different aspects. I've really found solid footing in kind of blending the media production stuff and influencer marketing together to kind of make what I consider Fear Average to be right now. I'm going to talk about all of that, all of what I'm doing now in another video. You can expect to learn a little bit more about the king of influencer marketing.